Hi everyone, Dr. Olivia Joseph here, and we are going to talk about a topic that shouldn't be controversial, and it's eating your veggies, particularly your cruciferous veggies. So somebody tagged me in a post. It was an article written by Deliciously Organic about why you shouldn't eat raw kale. So let me just shed a little bit of light on the subject. Kale and all cruciferous vegetables are considered goitrogenic. Now, this is not a reason not to eat them. Let me just be crystal clear. So goitrogenic foods are not just cruciferous veggies, but mainly cruciferous veggies. And what they do is they block the absorption of iodine into the thyroid. And the thyroid requires iodine to function properly. And when the thyroid doesn't get enough iodine, it can cause a goiter. Now, I want you to understand that 90% of Americans that have nodules on their thyroid disease, do not have a goiter. They actually have an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's that is attacking their thyroid. And supplements that contain iodine or a diet very, very rich in iodine can actually make the problem worse, can make your antibody levels go up, and then the army attacking your thyroid gets stronger and stronger and stronger. I do recommend eating cruciferous vegetables because what they do is they protect you from hormone-positive cancer, more specifically estrogen-positive cancer, because these cruciferous veggies contain something called indole-3 carbinol, which helps detoxify dangerous estrogens out of fat and glandular tissue. So I believe it will do you more harm than good avoiding raw cruciferous vegetables. Now, there is one study, that's it, where a woman was eating 4 cups a day of raw bok choy, and it had a goitrogenic effect, meaning it blocked the absorption of iodine and she developed a goiter. So goiters due to iodine deficiency are very, very, very rare in the United States. But nonetheless, you can have a thyroid ultrasound, see if you do have a goiter, and you can have your iodine levels checked. What I think is far more sensible is checking your thyroid antibodies, your thyroid perioxidase or TPO, as well as your anti-thyroglobulin. So I'm going to give you a list of goitrogenic foods. I am not suggesting you avoid them. Also understand that if you eat them cooked versus raw, they're not goitrogenic. It's estimated that if you keep your goitrogen foods less than 2 cups a day, it's not going to have any negative effect on your thyroid. This one particular case was 4 cups daily of raw bok choy. So if it's cooked, it will not do you harm. If it's less than 2 cups, it should not do you any harm. What is far more likely is that you have elevated thyroid antibodies, and when you eat food, when you have a lot of iodine in your diet or in supplements, it can actually make the thyroid antibody TPO go up, because that's what TPO does. Thyroid perioxidase transports iodine to the thyroid. So if iodine levels go up, your TPO can go up, and the problem with that is it can attack and damage the thyroid. So one of the biggest reasons I see nodules on the thyroid is because of Hashimoto's, and not because of iodine deficiency, and not because of an actual real goiter. So keep that in mind. I'm going to post an article here about that Dr. Datis Karazian wrote, and it's really dispelling this myth that we should avoid goitrogenic foods. So I'm going to post a link to that article here. So that's where a lot of my research and education came from. So I've been working with hormones, detoxification, gut health, and all that for years and years and years in my practice. But when Dr. Datis Karazian created a 30-hour thyroid course, I quickly signed up to take it because I get so geeked about that stuff. And that was a huge thing we studied and looked at the research on, was that iodine can actually be a bigger problem than cruciferous veggies. And I do think it would be dangerous to avoid eating cruciferous veggies because they're so protective to estrogen dominance. So that's my 2 cents on this topic. I would eat your veggies, eat your cruciferous veggies. And if you're worried about it, run some blood work, right? If you go to drolivia.com, you can order your own labs. I have a thyroid panel right there that does test thyroid antibodies. And if they're elevated, you have to understand you don't have a thyroid problem. You have an autoimmune problem attacking your thyroid. If you have Hashimoto's, your risk for other autoimmune disease goes up, including celiac, including diabetes, among many other things. So check your antibodies. You can also order your own nutrients directly from drolivia.com, and the results will go to you, not to me. So if I'm working with somebody, I order their labs, but you can order your own labs. I have heard hundreds, if not thousands of times, well, my doctor won't order that. Well, you're in charge of your own health. You order it, right? The self-pay rate is like 10 times cheaper than the insurance rate anyway. And it's not that your doctor won't order it. It's that your doctor has to justify medical necessity for any test that he or she orders. So if they're ordering a test to improve or enhance your quality of life, it is deemed not medically reasonable or necessary through the insurance company, because the insurance company says that's not my job. It's your job to keep yourself healthy, to improve or enhance your quality of life, which is why most insurances don't pay for our gym memberships. They don't pay for our vitamins and supplements. They don't pay for our groceries. They feel that we need to take those matters into our own hands. But the frustration is without the proper labs, you really don't know how to proceed, because autoimmune disease is very, very common, especially and particularly Hashimoto's. Nutritional deficiencies are very, very common, even though in our country we are very overfed, but we are very undernourished. I see nutritional deficiencies all day, every day. We have huge levels of inflammation and toxicity. And at the end of the day, these are things that cause breakdown in our health before your testing is ever abnormal, before you ever get your diagnosis. So really, to be preventive, we've got to take matters into our own hands. You guys know I highly, highly recommend detoxification at least twice a year. You guys have all my resources in Detox with Dr. Olivia. You guys know I'm here to help you. In our private Facebook page, Doctor Olivia Naturals VIP, weekly people post questions and I answer those. So I'm doing everything I can to help you guys get access to taking control over your own health and being healthy. And including, if you go to drolivia.com, right there, you can order all your own labs. And we're also expanding our product line. I'm super, super proud to say that this will be very, very quick, but we've been working on it for months. So we're hoping within the next 1 or 2 months, Dr. Olivia Naturals' full product line will be out. We do have products for people with MTHFR or people just looking to get that methylfolate. We're gonna have plant-based protein options because I'm so against whey, soy, even egg-based proteins. So we have so many things that are coming out for you guys. We're designing our own thyroid product. This one's gonna take just a little bit longer to launch because 90% of the thyroid products out there, at least 90%, contain iodine. This one will not, and it will contain selenium, which is a nutrient that protects your thyroid from an antibody attack, but it's also going to give your thyroid the other nutrients it needs to function optimally, but it is going to be iodine free. I am very, very pro iodine free thyroid supplementation, and it's so hard to find. So we said we're going to make our own. So we've got some really, really exciting things in the pipeline, and I look forward to sharing that with you. And Tammy, thank you for tagging me with this question because it's been on my mind and on my heart to do a video on this for a long, long time. So thanks for pushing me to do it.